Hi. I imagine. I imagine God deciding not to love you. Anymore. Like imagine, I don't know what transpired. It could be anything. You're mad at God, as we get mad at God. Things are not going the way we would prefer. Another big one is like if we get sick or something, when people pass and leave our lives, we look for someone to blame. So we have moments where we blame God, like we're mad at God, And imagine, because you're mad at God, and God saying, or even acting in a way as if I'm gonna say he. And now he begins to respond as if he no longer loves you. Because you mad at him, because you talk crazy to him, because you cursed. I mean, think of some things. Think of some things that we do, and we feel like they are against God or against His word, or God wouldn't approve, or it's sin, or it'll send us to hell. Whatever those things are, those long list of things are, and God responds to you going gambling or whatever, and his response is that he's not going to love you anymore. Like he's gonna take it back. Yeah. So when I say that majority of us have never been loved, we really don't even know what it is. We don't know how it feels. We don't know what it looks like. So I say a lot of us don't know God, right? A lot of us don't know God. A lot of us don't know love. We have never experienced. So I'm hearing now, it's like, oh, I done been in love. I love myself. I love me. That's what I'm hearing. I love me. I love me, because it's like, what makes you think that a person needs love, because hey, it's in just about every rap song. You don't need love. Fuck love. So of course, you don't need love if you've never experienced it. Of course. But I guarantee you, if you have an experience of love, an unconditional love. What is unconditional love? I mean, just straight off the dome, not to get so deep into it. For me, unconditional love is when you love someone or you love something, and really you have no reason of why you love them. You don't know. It's not a certain thing. You can't really pinpoint. It's not an act that they've done, Because I feel if we go to relationships, it's made up of what we can do for one another. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. You know, if you get into some type of relationship with an individual out of everybody in the world, of course, you want to feel like that person is adding to, right? Something adding to whatever your requirement is for what they need to add to. Okay. But when I talk about love, I am not per se talking, or not even per se, I'm not talking about what a person can do for me, or has done for me, or will do for me. Like, it's not about that for me. That's not how I make up love, you know. Not to say I'm right in my thinking. I'm just saying how I feel. Yes. It's how I feel. To feel. So they say love is not an emotion, it's not a feeling. Love is action. Okay, love is action. So you'll put forth certain, you'll begin to respond in a certain way. You'll begin to act on. What are you acting on though? Are you acting on like the agreement? Like we talk and we agree, hey, we're gonna be in a relationship. This is how it's gonna be. We're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You know, this is your part. We do. This is how I need it. Well, you know what you need. What you gonna do? So okay, you have the talk. So now you begin to execute those things and make sure you do your part. I mean, really, most relationships don't do their part at all. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like one-sided. One person doing their part, the other person ain't. But anyway, there's another video. I'm trying to get to the point of what you are acting on is a feeling. Okay? Because you're not getting ready to join in no relationship with a person that doesn't make you feel anything. You're not finna do it. Okay? So, you'll say, oh, love not an emotion, love not a feeling. I don't agree. I believe that those feelings that you feel causes you to act on action. That's just how I feel. Okay? But I just thought about that. And you know, I get to feeling some type of way about how I think sometimes. Even now. Like how I think and how I reason with things. Sometimes I'm really just baffled by how I think. Like I think about what I think. And I'm like, you think that? And you know, I have to break it down, like in my own mind. Like when I say break it down, I'm saying through my own self, like through my mind. It goes like through a process down. Like the thought enters. I feel like it enters at the top, and you know, it begins to come down. You know, so the thought might come from a scent, or the thought might come from the eye's visual. It begins to process down. So I have thoughts, and it begins to process down. Goes to the heart space. That's a big one. Like the heart is a big, when it hits there, again, feeling. When it hits there, when that thought or that sight, like you may have seen a person and visually, oh my God, they did something for you. Maybe it's the one that hit your mind. It's something that they said, you know, or maybe they made you think a certain thought. So now your heart is beginning to do certain things. Okay. A lot of times I feel like, I don't know, does it shut down there? Maybe like the process shuts down when it gets to the heart. We don't allow it to penetrate the heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you begin to feel certain feelings again that you probably have never felt before. So you reject it. You know? You never felt it. You're like, what in the hell is this? You know? So you probably don't even give yourself a chance to be like, to even realize if it's a good feeling or not. Like, is this a good feeling, a good emotion? Or is this a bad emotion? You know, do I like how this feel or do I not like it? You know, sometimes I feel like we can like it. You're like, oh, I like this. But we will still reject it because we can't make sense of it. As we process it in, we still can't make sense of it. So we push it away instead of taking it in, if that makes sense. But I didn't hit on one of my thoughts. Perhaps it wasn't needed. That's what I was thinking, though. I've been thinking that, and it brings me to tears because I'm like, what if? Like, what if God just stopped loving me? Because I be doing some dumb stuff. Like, I feel like it's dumb. Like, you know, like, I mean, I'm saying like dumb because hey, that's how we do each other. We will stop loving a person because they did something dumb. You know. Dumb meaning something they didn't agree with, something they didn't like, something that made them feel shame or oh, you hurt my feelings. You know, we get, you know what I'm saying? Like God said, don't have no other gods before me. I'm a jealous God, and I believe every day on a daily basis, on purpose or by mistake. You know, a lot of time it's not even mindfully. We put other gods before Him constantly. All right, the number one thing is food. He like, food ain't no God. Hey, anything that hey, I won't use the word worship, but anything that takes up your time. Okay, anything you're like sold out to, you're dedicated to, anything that becomes extremely important to you. You know, anything I think can become a god to a person. All right? Anything can be an addiction. So yeah, I'm a jealous God. Yeah, God, I feel God wants you addicted to Him. Want you addicted. Want you obsessed. That's how I feel. But we're not obsessed with God, but we're obsessed with food. We're obsessed with drugs, alcohol, people. Not nothing wrong with it necessarily, but people that don't mean us no harm. Okay? I mean, don't mean us no good. If a person is not obsessed with God and you're obsessed with that person, what are you doing? Now, to have a little obsession for a person that you know is just seeking after God too, that's connected to God too, I see it kind of healthy. You're both obsessed with God and obsessed with one another. But anyway, I went left real quick, but I am back. I'm back. I'm sorry. Whew. And it's a scary thing for me to think about. But the reasons why people stop talking to you, be done with you, want to call it quits. What if God did me like that? And no longer wanted to deal with me and put me down, put me away. He's told me He's done with me because of something I've done. Now, am I saying that you have to continue to deal with people that are not meaning you any good? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know, where did this come from? It's like, it's hard for me to stop loving people. Like, I mean, I say it's hard for me to stop, but I never really do. I never do. If I love you, if I love you for any reason, Cause I love people for just my own reasons, you know. So if I love you, there is nothing you can do to stop me from loving you. Yeah, would I want to deal with you less? Yeah. Would I not want to deal with you at all? I feel like God might turn his face. Oh, yeah. Yes, I feel like God will turn his face on us when we're ignoring him. You know, when we're disobedient. When I say disobedient, you know what? You're truly being disobedient to yourself. Okay? You lack discipline with yourself. The things you know you should be doing, that you know is good for you, you know is expedient for you, but you refuse to do them. And I'm not talking about one particular day, you know you should have, you said you was going to go running, you need to run and get more active, and one particular day you didn't go, and now God finna put you down. I ain't talking about that. But you know what I'm talking about. So that really gets me into trouble. I wouldn't say trouble, but it's really hard for me at times. Yeah, bind you, devil. That's hard for me at times because it be individuals that I should cut off and need to cut off, right? But I am able to, what I call, like, sup with them. Like, I'm able to, like, my compassion runs really deep for them, although I know their behavior is fucked up. But here I am able to really see what is really going on. And what's really going on is not what you're telling me. It's not what you're telling me. I'm seeing what's going on clearly, clear as day. You know, clear as the sky is blue. I see what's going on. So I'm really working on that. I'm having to respond what is, okay? And not what I see. Almost like potential. It's like dating someone for potential. You know, I've had a bad habit of that, you know, back in the day. Dating for potential, you know, instead of what they're serving me, like what I see, what they're displaying now today. So yeah, need to do a video for ladies, okay? Take that man for what you see at face value, okay? Not potential or what you no. All right, you got to show me. Man, somebody said that to me one time. And man, I promise you, I've been taking that and running with it. Show me. Man, first of all, I like the challenge. But now I put that out there with people and others when they tell me things. Okay, I hear you. Show me. I want to see. I want to see, because people be talking. People just be talking. I want to see. I'm going to end this video here, guys. That feels so much better. Thank you.